Alhamdulillah, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Once again, brothers and sisters, peace and blessings upon everybody who's watching around the world. We've got so many people already in the chat and so many likes. I really appreciate that. Also, I just want to mention that this channel is linked with our brother from Yusuf Ismail from the South African Debate Initiative. So guys, please go onto that channel and like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. But guys, one thing I really want to emphasize to you all who will be watching this, in the future, is to share the stream. The voice of the oppressed is not being heard. We need to make more awareness of this channel and these streams because it will help the people, especially the mankind, to unite with each other. It doesn't matter what faith you come from or what religious belief you come from. Justice is justice and truthfulness is truth. And we need to work together, link together and work together for the common goal. I really appreciate that. If you can please share the stream onto your friends, onto social media, so we get more views on this particular topic. So as you can see, we've got brother Yusuf joining us, and I'm going to pass the mic on to our beloved brother Yusuf all the way in South Africa. Brother Yusuf, go ahead.
Well, thank you very much, Brother Mohammed. Assalamu alaikum and shalom alaikum to those out there who are Jewish, and certainly to the good rabbi. Well, on Sunday, we had Professor Norman Finkelstein with us as a guest, joining us both on the Covff FF channel as well as the South African Debate Initiative, which I urge you to subscribe. And today we've got another special guest by the name of Rabbi Dovid Feldman. Rabbi may not remember, but both him and I met in 2009 when he was down with Rabbi Yisrael David Weiss of the Neturai Karta in South Africa, in Durban in 2009. And back then, there was an interesting discussion held at the then Islamic Propagation Center, the center of the late Ahmed Deedat, called "Is Israel Set Up for Spiritual Destruction?" Just briefly to those out there, the Neturai Karta, otherwise known as the Guardians of the City, is a religious group that was founded in Jerusalem in 1938. And basically, it's an ultra-Orthodox, authentic Jewish group that essentially advocates that the state of Israel as it exists today, the secular state of Israel, is totally illegitimate, has no religious basis, and in fact, the existence of the so-called secular ethno-state, which euphemistically calls itself a Jewish state, is in fact a rebellion against God, as it did not occur with any kind of divine intervention through any Messiah. Well, joining us from New York City in a lovely park, I believe in New York, is indeed Rabbi Dovid Feldman. Rabbi, I would like to say good evening, but actually it's good afternoon, and shalom alaikum or salamu alaikum to you.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate yourself, Yusuf, and Brother Mohammed. And we hope that we can have a nice discussion and basically help the audience overcome this massive propaganda, which is unfortunately driving the minds of so many people in blindness to what is going on.
Well, thank you. I mean, we've seen so many things happening, but more particularly since you are in the midst of it, there's been a massive uprising by university students, by campus students, and we are seeing this kind of fascistic behavior from the feds, from the police, from the NYPD. We've seen these attacks on students at the universities. Just yesterday, about 2 or 3 days ago, at the University of Michigan, we had students being attacked with batons, with pepper spray. What's been the role of the Neturai Karta in these protests at Columbia University, and certainly in relation to the kind of hardline Orwellian crackdown that has been implemented by the state, calling these particular groups which are calling for peace as hate groups?
First of all, let me do this very small correction. I am presently in New Jersey, and basically, while I'm talking to you, I'm on my way to Princeton University in Princeton, New Jersey, joining a student rally for Palestine now while there's going to be a meeting, administration meeting regarding the demands of the students on the topic of divestment. Yes, we joined many activities outside of Columbia University in New York, many activities inside the encampment of City College of New York, and we joined so many other encampments in Canada and elsewhere. We admire the bravery of the students that stand up, as you mentioned, in this new strong wave to speak up against what is wrong, to speak up what is right, to speak up for the oppressed. And we say that the bravery of these students should be a lesson for the rest of the world to follow and to stand up to what is right. Unfortunately, this massive intimidation against the students, mainly based on this false accusation of anti-Semitism, saying that whoever speaks against Israel, whoever condemns the crimes of Israel, is in any way anti-Semitic. This is ridiculous. This has no grounds, doesn't make any sense. It's misleading and is dangerous. Because unfortunately...
Can I ask you one question on that, Rabbi? Is that I've seen these reports by people like Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden and a number of other individuals within the State Department, as well as the US government, that have made the allegations that these are hate marches, that Jewish students and that Jews are in fear of these particular marches, and that these particular pro-Palestinian peace marches are indeed anti-Semitic and calling for the killing of Jews. You've been to these marches. Have you seen any of this? And if not, why such propaganda?
Okay, I have attended many of these marches with the students in relation to college campuses and in so many other pro-Palestinian demonstrations in New York, in the United States, in the world. And we do this already for decades. None of these activities have anything to do with anti-Semitism. And I always encourage people, and I ask people who approach me, and with this accusation that these activities are anti-Semitic, and I ask them, did you ever stop any of these demonstrators? Try to speak to them and find out what their point is and what they're promulgating for, what they're criticizing, what the whole issue is all about. And the answer is always no. They never approach these people. Now, one of these nice examples is the slogan which is being used from the river to the sea, Palestine should be free. Now, this supposedly is supposed to be like in the vision of pro-Israelis, that this is an anti-Semitic slogan looking for the annihilation of the Jewish people. This is totally false propaganda with no grounds to it. You just stop anyone in these rallies and ask them. All what this slogan is about the freedom of the oppressed people of Palestine. And contrary to some approaches that would be maybe willing to grant some rights to some oppressed people and come up with a two-state solution or whatever it might be, others disagree and demand and insist that all rights have to be restored to all oppressed people, which between me and you makes simple sense. Now, whether the individual agrees to this approach or prefers another approach, that's the choice of the individual. We can debate whether it is in accordance with full justice, but in any case, you cannot blame whoever disagrees as anti-Semitic. All they want total freedom. And I have to say that from the river to the sea, Palestine should be free. In other words, entire occupation should stop, and all Palestine should be restored to the Palestinian indigenous population. In no way means the annihilation of the Jewish people. It's not